Hello everyone, my name is Julie. Thank you so much for watching. Welcome to Bathrobe and Bare Face time. Okay, so this is what happens. You've seen this bathrobe before when I depolished my nail polish. Decluttered my nail polish. And what happens is when I watch YouTube videos, it's either right before I go to bed or when I wake up in the morning, because I like to give myself like a good 30 minutes of YouTube time before like I get up out of my bed and like start my day. And then I put on my bathrobe, I pin my hair back in these little clips, and I start doing my makeup. Okay, so last night was watching Declutter videos because they're my new favorite thing. Well, they've been my favorite for a couple months. But so many people are uploading and I'm finding new people all the time to watch, and I love it. If you declutter your makeup and you film it, please let me know because I want to watch it. And I just got in the mood to declutter some makeup because I was thinking about what my 2018 Pan That palette would be. And then I started thinking about the palettes that I really want to use, like my newer palettes, which I'd like to pan, but then it kind of leaves my older palettes sitting around for yet another year since I haven't really used them this year. And I just kind of came to the conclusion that it was time to go through my eyeshadows, and I ended up going through some blushes too, just for giggles. And just looking at, am I going to pan this eventually? And if I'm not going to pan it, why do I keep it? And then I thought, maybe I should declutter my eyeshadows. Like really, not like a big declutter. Okay, so I will say what also prompted this. LS, if you haven't watched her videos, oh my gosh, she is fabulous. She is so brutally honest, and she's the girl you want to be your friend while makeup shopping, because she will be an enabler, but she'll also tell you exactly how it is. And she's going to be an enabler because she loves makeup shopping too. But she's a project panner, so while she has a lot of makeup, she's also trying to use it up, and I think she's trying to refine her collection like I am, just in a different style. So she went through her makeup palettes, her eyeshadow palettes, and just kind of thought about not decluttering half of it, because she bought all of her palettes, which I really respect the fact she didn't want to just throw away her money, because we all spend a lot of money on makeup. And but she was realistic about like what she's going to use, why she wants to keep it, the quality of the shadows, the age of the shadows. And while she didn't get rid of probably even 10% of her collection, I thought it was refined, because my goal is not to lose money. I spent a lot of money on this stuff, but just to refine and get things and to use things that you like. Like, that's the whole idea of makeup, right? Why would you use something you don't like? That's just stupid. So this morning, I got up, I started watching YouTube videos. I saw her upload this video, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm just going to go through my shadows and see if there's anything, like the low-hanging fruit, like the stuff you don't use. So there are some things. Let me show you what I'm going to declutter. And it's not a lot, but it's good. It's enough for me. So the first thing I'm going to declutter is actually this Julep palette. If you watch my Project Pan, you know that by the end of the year, my rush to the finish, I wanted to hit pan on this shadow right here. It's a cream, it's matte. The problem is it is not good for setting my eyeshadows, which is why I wanted to use it. It is just a little too dark, probably 3 shades deeper than I am now. It's a little yellow and it makes my eyes look dark. Okay, no offense to this palette. I've had it for 3 years. It's nothing spectacular. It's super powdery. I'm sorry, Julep, your eyeshadows need work. I noticed bumps were forming. This is going to hit the trash, and I'm not sad to see it go. I'm not going to miss this. I'm never going to be like, oh, I wonder where that Julep palette went. That's never going to happen here. So I'm going to get rid of it. I almost threw it in the trash right there, but let's keep going. The other palette that I thought I was going to love, because I love so many Wet n Wild palettes, is a Carrot in the World. This was a limited edition palette, and I saw these 2 shades here, and I was like, yes, those are so pretty. Okay, I have these shades in like 20 palettes. This is the the last thing I need. I think it got me because it's limited edition. I love Wet n Wild quality shadows. I think they are beautiful. The creaminess of these are so good. Look, I've never even touched the base. Like, can you see? That's brand new. I used this twice. It didn't really do it for me. That gold is like not a good shade for me. I really like a good strong gold. And that was just too yellow, too light, too yellow. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this one too. Again, what I'm never going to miss from my collection. And I think that's a good way to think about it. Like, am I getting rid of things I'm gonna miss? Nope. These are two that I've had for probably 2 years. These are the Lorac. This was a Christmas release. I have Duchess and Princess. 2 other ones came in this collection. There was a Countess and a Queen, I believe. And I gave one to my sister because she needed some brown shadows. So the Princess one, it's this beautiful gold, brown, white. I only use this once. Like, look, you can still see shades there. There's nothing wrong with this, but if I haven't touched it in like 3 to 4 years, I'm never gonna miss it. And now I will say I've got the Lorac unzipped gold because I love gold eyeshadows, and I'm always gonna reach for this one over this one. So that is, I'm not really gonna miss it. I didn't really remember I had it. This one I might miss. This is the Duchess shade. This is silver and gray, and it's just beautiful. You can see that this one has gotten some love. I love the rock shadows. I should just say this. If these products work for you, great. Every YouTuber says that. It just doesn't work for me because this channel is my opinion, and you don't have to agree with me. That's the best thing about opinions, is you don't have to agree with me at all. I go on the weirdest tangents. I love this. I did a test on my eyes this morning, and it's just not as pigmented as it once was. So I'm gonna go ahead and declutter that one. I'm really sad that that one kind of went bad. Not that it went bad, but just the quality's not there as much. Because I really did love that palette, and I should have used it more, but then I just got into the whirlwind of makeup. The next things are gonna be stuff I got from Ulta. These are the eyeshadow quads that I got. These are actually surprisingly good. Okay, I understand when people say Ulta makeup is not great. It's not fantastic. I would say it's middle of the road drugstore makeup. These are the old formula of their eyeshadows. If you use an eyeshadow primer, these are great. I think they're really good. Like, okay, they're not Lorac good, but they're Milani good. Like those new, the Ulta is just, I think, as creamy as these. They're a little less pigmented, but I don't ever find that to be bad, especially when I recommend Ulta beauty products, which I don't do often. But when someone says like, oh, I've got a teenage girl, I don't want to give them something super pigmented because she's they'll tell me like, oh, she's brand new, she wanted some makeup. Ulta's a great way to start playing around. You can start grabbing some colors, you won't look crazy. These were quads that came in free gifts, and don't ever buy Ulta products at full price. Like, just don't do it. The best time to do it is the 21 Days of Beauty, when they slash them more than half, or the buy two get two free. And then use your $3.50 coupon, because then you're gonna get their actual price. That's just so you know. Ulta marks up their products like they're high end, and they're not. Wait for the 2 for 2, use the $3.50 coupon, then it's worth it. These came in free gifts. You can always get the free gifts after the deal is done for like a smidgen of the price. Just get the bag. You're not gonna get the bag you want because the Q color is gonna go up first, but I usually buy these afterwards. Green, this one has bone, khaki, sage, and molten. Absolutely beautiful, never touched, still in plastic. I don't know if you can see that, but still in plastic. I've got blue eyes. Green doesn't look that great on them. And then this is a purple quad. This one has Naked, Grace, Organza, and Plum Noir. Naked is one of my favorite Urban Decay colors. Nope. Well, that's not a bad Urban Decay color either, but it's one of my favorite Ulta colors. It is this matte cream white. It sets my shadow perfectly or like my primer perfectly. I just have other purple shadows, and while this is brand new, still in plastic, I wanted to give it to a friend because I think that they'd really enjoy it. Okay, don't hate me. Do not hate me. But this is the Urban Decay Vice LTD Reloaded. Okay, so my Ulta that I worked at, we won an Urban Decay contest, and they gifted us this palette. Please notice, I've used this maybe twice. It's not that the shades are not beautiful. Midnight Cowboy, I love. You're gonna see yourself. Hello, look at me, looking at you, looking at me, looking at you. I'm gonna keep holding it up so you don't see yourself. Road Stripe is absolutely beautiful. Here's the problem. Greens, I'm not gonna use. Blues, I'm not gonna use. Misdemeanor, Cupid, I'm not gonna use. Gold Mine, 2 yellow. Oil Slick, sparkly. Anonymous, great. Laced, great. Shallow, great. UVB, great. Smog, Moonflower. This is pretty much the row I would use, except for a couple smatterings around here. I got this in gratis, so I cannot sell it. But I'm going to give it to a friend because these are good shadows. They're just not shadows I'm going to use. There's 50% of this palette I am never going to touch. And because of that, I have to give it away. Like, there's no reason for me to keep a palette that I'm not going to use 50% of it. Especially since this is not going to be my Pan That Palette 2018. I was thinking about it, and it's just not going to do it. It's not going to be the palette. So, because if I can't use all the shades, why would I pan it? The last thing, or at least the last eyeshadow palette that I am not going to pan, and I'm definitely not going to use again, is this one. Now, you might be like, Julie, what happened? This was a Sephora color analogy. I probably got this in middle school, maybe high school. And I always bring this out for Halloween. You can see like I've really used purple. I gouged out some of the pans. When a shade, because this is so old, some of the shades don't show up anymore, I just kind of gouged it out so I knew not to use it again, which just makes the palette kind of look crazy. But since I only use this for Halloween, I know I'm not really going to reach for it. And by the way, these are ones I'm never going to use. I got blues, I got greens. I have blue eyes. Blue eyeshadows, I have to be very careful about what blue eyeshadow I put on my eyes, or I'm going to look freaking crazy and from the 80s. I am jealous of brown-eyed girls and guys that can wear any color because I can't. So these were the shades I was focused on. Again, Halloween. But I'm just never going to use this. There's a second half to this palette, which is mostly neutral shades. Let me grab it real fast. This one, you can see I kind of gouged out some of the bad ones here too. I'm going to keep this side because this side I like. And because I am thinking about making this my 2018 Pan That palette, I kind of want to keep it. Okay, another tangent. I'm sorry, I try and do these really fast, but when I sit down and film, I just want to talk. So, what would you rather see? Something like this, or I was also thinking about panning this. Those were kind of my two choices. I've been dying to use this one, and I noticed on the back that it says this go bad in 6 months. I bought this Christmas last year, and I don't want it to go bad. I think it's beautiful. You can't tell, but I've used it probably 7 or 8 times, and I don't want it to go bad. So this one's my oldest palette, which is why I was thinking this one. But this one apparently has already gone bad, although I'm sure this one has too. So let me know if either of those spark your fancy. If neither of those spark your fancy, let me know that too, because I was also thinking about doing my Franken palette and doing like a bunch of single shadows, or I was also kind of thinking about doing the Lorac Meadow Pro palette, which I love with a passion. Like, this one's absolutely fantastic. I'd have to pair this with a matte palette, but it's so pretty. So let me know what you think there. Okay, final 2 things. I'm going to rush through. I was also trying on blushes. And this is an e.l.f. blush. This came out of a quad of blushes. I hate this. It's glittery and like basically straight up orange. And as you can see, when I depotted it, I totally gouged it out. So that's gone. And then the last blush is this Julep blush. I feel like I totally just hated on Julep in this video, but I love Julep nail polishes. You guys know that. Glow Pore Mineralizing Blush in Peach Bellini. I got this when I got my Julep subscription service. It's just so powdery and it gets all over. I mean, it's so dirty. I don't want to use this. And I applied it this morning and it looked pretty, but it was just too powdery. So I'm going to get rid of that one too. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my crazy videos. This is me. This is real life. I'm just filming it and putting it on YouTube for posterity and hopefully for the enjoyment of others. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, give this video a thumbs up. Apparently it helps me. I don't know. It just lets me know what you like, literally. So if you don't like these videos, I won't film them again. So I hope you have a wonderful day. I love you. I love you. Going out there on a limb. That's what I used to say to my parents. I love you and goodbye.